Number 1. 1963 Chevrolet Impala SS Coupe. Price: $35,000. Location: Salinas, California. There's something about a real-deal supersport that doesn't need to shout, it simply is. This 1963 Chevrolet Impala SS Coupe stands as one of those rare examples where authenticity meets thoughtful performance upgrades, creating a car that feels both historically grounded and genuinely alive on the road. Verified through VIN and cowl tag, this is not a tribute or clone, it's a true SS hardtop, originally built as a factory V8 car and still carrying the soul of that pedigree today. The presence of a real Muncie 4-speed immediately sets the tone. This is a driver's car, meant to be engaged with, not just admired. Under the hood, the story evolves. A 350 V8 crate motor brings a stronger, more responsive heartbeat, complemented by a Holley dual-feed carburetor, aluminum intake, and Mallory electronic ignition. It's a combination that delivers crisp throttle response and a deeper sense of reliability, while ceramic headers and dual exhaust ensure the sound matches the attitude. The 4.11 gears in the posy rear end hint at a car that's eager off the line, giving it a more aggressive edge than its factory form ever had. Visually, the straight body and red paint give it the presence you expect from a classic Impala, bold but not overdone. Chrome and trim present well, and the Kragar SS wheels add a subtle custom touch without drifting too far from period-correct style. Inside, the bucket seats and console reinforce the SS identity, while the uncut dash preserves a level of originality that's increasingly hard to find. The chassis has been upgraded where it counts. Power steering and brakes make it approachable, while front disc brakes and adjustable coilovers add a layer of modern drivability. It's the kind of car you can confidently take out, not just display. That said, it's honest about its limitations. Factory AC hardware is present but currently not operational, a detail that leaves room for improvement depending on how far the next owner wants to go. Overall, this Impala sits in that desirable middle ground, authentic enough for collectors, upgraded enough for enthusiasts who actually want to drive. It's not a museum piece, and it doesn't pretend to be. It's a well-sorted classic with character, performance, and room to make it your own. A clean title and documented authenticity round out a package that speaks for itself without over-promising. Number 2. 1965 Chevrolet C10 Fleetside Short Bed. Price: $17,500. Location: Petaluma, California. Some trucks aren't built to be perfect, they're built to be used, and that's exactly where their appeal lives. This 1965 Chevrolet C10 Short Bed Fleetside carries that philosophy effortlessly. Owned long-term and driven sparingly, it presents itself as a solid, reliable classic that doesn't demand perfection to be enjoyed. It's the kind of truck you can fire up, take down the road, and not worry about every small imperfection along the way. Underneath its straightforward exterior lies a much more assertive personality. A 383-stroker paired with a turbo 400 automatic transmission gives this C10 a strong, confident presence on the road. The transmission rebuild a few years back adds peace of mind, while the posy rear end ensures the power translates into usable traction. It starts consistently, runs strong, and feels like a truck that's been kept alive through use rather than storage. Visually, it tells an honest story. The white paint looks clean at a distance, but up close reveals chips, dings, and the natural wear of a vehicle that hasn't been hidden away. It's been lowered by a previous owner, giving it a more aggressive stance that complements its mechanical upgrades. Inside, the black interior remains functional, though the bench seat hints at future restoration needs beneath its cover. This isn't a show truck, and it doesn't try to be. The sound system is currently not working, and certain cosmetic details reflect its driver quality status. But that's part of its charm. it invites improvement without requiring it. New tires and recent maintenance show it hasn't been neglected, just lived with. What makes this C10 compelling is its usability. It draws attention wherever it goes, yet it's approachable enough that you won't hesitate to take it out regularly. It offers a balance between character and function, making it ideal for someone who values experience over perfection. In the end, this is a truck you grow with. Drive it today, refine it tomorrow, and enjoy every mile in between. Number 3. 1973 Volkswagen Super Beetle Convertible. Price: $9,500. Location: St. George, Utah. Not every classic is about horsepower. Some are about how they make people feel. This 1973 Volkswagen Super Beetle Convertible, affectionately known as Little Herbietta, leans fully into that idea. It's a car that doesn't compete on performance numbers or rarity charts, but instead wins people over in traffic, at stoplights, and anywhere it goes. There's a personality here that modern cars simply don't replicate. Maintained over decades and recently serviced, it runs and drives well, offering a relaxed, open-air experience that defines the Beetle legacy. With a new battery, carburetor, and distributor, it carries a level of mechanical freshness that supports its usability. It's not about speed, it's about cruising, about enjoying the road at a different pace. Visually, the car stands out effortlessly. Whether it's the bright exterior or its unmistakable silhouette, it draws attention in a way that feels genuine rather than forced. The black interior provides a simple contrast, keeping the focus on the overall experience rather than luxury. Ownership history suggests a life well lived, and while the mileage isn't exact, the car's condition reflects consistent care over time. It's the kind of vehicle that's been part of moments, weddings, events, casual drives, and still has more to give. Compared to modern luxury vehicles, it offers something entirely different. It's not about refinement or speed, but about connection between driver, car, and the people around it. This Beetle doesn't try to be anything other than what it is, a cheerful, nostalgic, attention-grabbing classic that turns every drive into a small event. Number 4. 1963 Chevrolet Corvair Monza 900 Convertible. Price: $16,500. Location: Vacaville, California. The Corvair has always been a conversation starter, but the right one turns conversation into appreciation. This 1963 Corvair Monza 900 Convertible brings a unique mix of originality and thoughtful upgrades, centered around a 1966 Corsa 140 horsepower engine built by a respected specialist. It's a combination that enhances performance while staying true to the spirit of the platform. On the road, it delivers a driving experience that feels distinct from its contemporaries. Lightweight, responsive, and balanced in its own unconventional way, it offers a different kind of engagement, one that rewards smooth inputs and open road cruising. The addition of front disc brakes improves confidence, while modern touches like custom gauges and a Bluetooth-enabled audio system bring subtle usability upgrades without overwhelming the car's character. Tires with minimal mileage suggest it's been kept ready for the road rather than sitting idle. Visually, the blue exterior paired with a black interior keeps things clean and classic, allowing the car's shape and proportions to stand out. It's not overly restored, but well kept enough to feel special. Its proven reliability, highlighted by a trouble-free trip to Reno and back, adds another layer of confidence for potential buyers. This Corvair isn't just different for the sake of it. It's a well-sorted example of a car that's often misunderstood, offering a driving experience that feels refreshingly unique even today. Number 5. 1949 Mercury 8 Coupe. Price: $24,500. Location: San Francisco, California. Few shapes in automotive history carry the weight of classic American custom culture like a 49 Mercury. This Mercury 8 Coupe leans into that legacy with a hot rod spirit that feels authentic rather than forced. Powered by a 390 Ford FE engine and paired with a C6 automatic transmission, it delivers a strong, confident performance that matches its unmistakable presence. The drivetrain is backed by a narrowed Ford 9-inch rear end, while power rack and pinion steering and front disc brakes bring a level of drivability that makes it more than just a showpiece. It's built to be driven and enjoyed. As a rust-free California car, its foundation is solid, giving it long-term appeal beyond its current form. It runs and drives well, presenting itself as a complete package rather than a project. Visually, it captures attention effortlessly. Whether parked or in motion, it carries the kind of presence that defines classic hot rods: low, clean, and undeniably American. This Mercury doesn't overcomplicate its purpose. It's a statement car, built with intention, and ready for its next chapter. Number 6 to 1974 milligrams MGB Roadster. Price: $7,450. Location: Sacramento, California. Some classics aren't about power or presence. They're about the simple mechanical joy of driving. This 1974 milligrams MGB Roadster captures that spirit in its purest form. A lightweight British convertible with a manual gearbox and overdrive, it offers an experience that feels increasingly rare in today's world: direct, analog, and deeply connected to the road. It's the kind of car that rewards you not with speed, but with engagement. Under the surface, this example shows signs of careful stewardship. Maintained by a local MG specialist and recently refreshed, it carries the kind of mechanical attention that matters more than cosmetic perfection. The engine rebuild roughly 20,000 miles ago gives it a renewed sense of life, while recent updates, new clutch, seals, brakes, tires, and electrical components help position it as a usable classic rather than a fragile one. On the road, the MGB delivers a distinctly European character. The steering feels immediate, the chassis light and responsive, and the overdrive adds versatility for longer drives. It's not fast by modern standards, but that's not the point. It's about momentum, rhythm, and enjoying every stretch of pavement. Visually, the white exterior paired with a black interior keeps things timeless. The soft top is included, making it adaptable for changing conditions, though this is clearly a car best enjoyed with the top down and the road ahead open. The condition is honest and aligned with its purpose. With multiple owners and nearly 100,000 miles, it's not a collector-grade showpiece, but it doesn't need to be. It's a driver's car, best suited for someone who understands and appreciates the quirks of classic British motoring. In the end, this MGB isn't about perfection, it's about participation. It invites you to drive, to learn, and to enjoy the process along the way. Number 7. 1982 Chevrolet El Camino. Price: $9,000. Location: Patterson, California. There's a certain charm to vehicles that refuse to fit into a single category, and the El Camino has always lived right in that space. This 1982 Chevrolet El Camino blends muscle car attitude with everyday usability, offering a unique package that still feels relevant decades later. With just 36,000 miles on the chassis and a built 383 engine from Performance Engineering racing engines, it brings together low-mileage appeal and serious performance potential. On the road, it delivers more than its understated appearance suggests. The upgraded engine gives it a stronger, more aggressive personality, while the overall setup keeps it approachable enough for regular driving. It's the kind of vehicle that surprises people, not just because of what it is, but because of how it performs. Visually, it maintains a clean, slightly customized look. Tinted windows add a modern touch, while details like the custom chain heart steering will hint at a more personal connection between car and owner. It's not overly modified, but it carries enough individuality to stand apart from a stock example. The condition is described as good, and ownership history since 2019, along with available records, adds a layer of transparency. It hasn't been positioned as a show car, but rather as a well-kept, usable classic with character. There's also a human element here. The sale comes not from neglect, but from life-changing, a reminder that cars like this often carry stories beyond the mechanical. This El Camino sits in that interesting middle ground, part collector piece, part driver, and entirely its own thing. Number 8. 1941 Chevrolet Special Deluxe Coupe. Price: $17,818. Location: Arroyo Grande, California. Some cars don't just survive time, they carry it with them. This 1941 Chevrolet Special Deluxe Coupe feels less like a vehicle and more like a preserved piece of history. With decades of careful ownership and long-term indoor storage, it stands as a remarkably intact example of pre-war American automotive design. What makes this car compelling isn't just its age, but its authenticity. Much of it remains original, from the unique 216 cubic inch inline-six engine to the distinctive vacuum-assisted shifting mechanism, features that have largely disappeared from surviving examples. Even details like the wind-up clock and chrome crank cover speak to a different era of engineering and design. The body shows minimal rust, a rarity for a car of this vintage, and while the paint is not original, it reflects a life of use rather than neglect. Small imperfections, like minor dings, add to its story rather than detract from it. The interior, styled in period-correct fashion, remains in very good condition and complements the car's overall presentation. Mechanically, it has been thoughtfully maintained. Brake components have been replaced, the starter rebuilt, and the exhaust system updated to proper specifications. It runs smoothly and drives well, offering an experience that feels authentic rather than restored beyond recognition. There's also a deeper layer of intrigue. Evidence suggests it may have served as a U.S. Navy vehicle, adding a historical dimension that goes beyond typical collector appeal. This isn't just a car to own, it's one to preserve, to understand, and to appreciate over time. Number 9. 1978 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Price: $5,800. Location: Carson City, Nevada. Every so often, a car stands out not because of how it looks, but because of what it offers beneath the surface. This 1978 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme is one of those rare cases where a familiar platform hides something genuinely uncommon: a factory 4-speed manual transmission. In an era dominated by automatics, that detail alone transforms the car into something far more interesting for enthusiasts and collectors alike. Powered by a 260 V8, it delivers a driving experience that feels more involved than most cars of its time. The manual gearbox adds a level of engagement that changes the character entirely, making it less of a cruiser and more of a driver's classic. Condition-wise, it presents as a solid, running and driving vehicle with a clean title. With over 120,000 miles, it's clearly been used, but that also suggests it hasn't spent decades sitting idle. Instead, it's remained part of the road, something that often benefits these older platforms. Visually, the white exterior paired with a red interior gives it a distinct period-correct look, capturing the late 70s aesthetic without feeling overly flashy. What makes this Cutlass appealing is its rarity within reach. It's not priced like a high-end collector piece, yet it offers something you genuinely don't see often. For the right buyer, it's less about perfection and more about finding something just a little different. Number 10. 1967 Ford Mustang Convertible. Price: $35,999. Location: Salem, Oregon. Some cars define an era, and then there are the ones that continue to live in it. This 1967 Ford Mustang Convertible, finished in a striking triple black combination, represents the kind of classic that never really fades from relevance. It's instantly recognizable, endlessly desirable, and in this case, thoughtfully updated to balance originality with real-world usability. At its core is the iconic 289 V8, paired with AC4 automatic transmission. It's a combination that delivers smooth, confident performance while maintaining the unmistakable character that made the Mustang a legend. Enhancements like a Holley 4-barrel carburetor, Edelbrock intake, and upgraded ignition system refine the experience without taking away from its roots. On the road, it feels sorted and dependable. Extensive work across the cooling, fuel, electrical, suspension, and braking systems suggests a car that's been prepared to be driven, not just admired. It starts easily, runs strong, and carries itself with the kind of confidence that comes from proper maintenance. Visually, the triple black configuration gives it a timeless, almost understated aggression. With the top down, it delivers the full classic convertible experience: open, engaging, and undeniably stylish. This is not a project car, and that distinction matters. It's a Mustang you can step into and enjoy immediately, without the uncertainty that often comes with classic ownership. In the end, it represents exactly what many enthusiasts are searching for: a well-sorted icon that stays true to its identity while embracing the road ahead.